What's up, y'all? It's Pop was cracking his D-Boss here. This video by Maury is titled "She Got Fired for Twerking on the Job." Not getting fired for twerking while you working. That's too much. Wait till you get home, girl, or get around your man. Like, why do you need to do this while you're at work? Doesn't make any sense. Let's see how this went down. Let's watch.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her her dream job.
Oh,
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Nell Diallo was having a great time.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be on the job twerking that ass.
Who has blue on? JetBlue?
Throwing it back in public, not public, private uniform that they gave you.
With your foot on the damn seats, okay? People already got it bad in the economy as it is, and you put your crusty, dusty shoes where they gotta sit.
Their private property and the brand identity that you're supposed to be upholding for them, then I can see why you got fired. I mean, I'm pretty sure the corporate management over there at Alaska Air...
Listen, they are a respectable airline. Why would you do that? I actually just flew Alaska. I think it was the first time. And I really enjoyed my experience.
Airlines, which is a...
Yeah, I don't think I've flown with them before this last trip I went on. I had a layover in Seattle, and Alaska Airlines was my first leg, and then I flew with Qatar the rest of the way to the Middle East.
Where she was working at, didn't appreciate you doing this on their, $10 million plane? $50 million? $100 million? How much do planes even cost? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they have some type of brand identity, probably some type of image they want to uphold, and they don't really want to see their flight attendants out here shaking that ass, that wagon, that double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass on a fucking plane. The sun is still out, and having it being attached to their brand. I'm sorry. There's a time and place for everywhere, and this is not the time to twerk.
Diallo was having a great time, dancing and twerking.
But even if she did cover it up, like, you would be able to tell by the uniform.
In the aisle on an empty plane before an early
I wasn't
morning
able to tell
flight.
on top, but
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself hyped up for my day. Basically.
Did I really just hear that? Wait, hold on. There are morning twerking rituals apparently she does to get herself pumped up and excited and to wake herself up before the job even starts. Is she serious?
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself hyped up for my day, basically.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna have to come out and say that twerking has set back women generations, bro, because this type of twerking casually on the job, out in public, in restaurants, at fucking baby showers, in hospitals, for TikTok, bro, this is getting out of hand. It's getting ridiculous, and I think we need to have some type of reform, maybe some type of intervention for this national twerking epidemic that's been going on for damn near a decade now, because it's just now people are losing their jobs over this. It's not necessary.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her.
I mean, shit, bro, I would have fired you too. What do you mean? You up here twerking on my plane that I'm managing and saying with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" She ate with that, and imagine getting fired for twerking, bro. You couldn't even throw it back properly. What is this?
Nell Diallo was having a
I was gonna say that too, but I don't want to come across like no hater, but it's not even giving that. He was praising her so much, all cheeked up, I'm gonna just let him have it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing slick. But now that you mention it, I was thinking that this whole time, she ain't even killing it.
time, dancing and twerking in the aisle.
That shit was weak as fuck, man. Respectfully, girl, Nell Diablo, or whatever her name is, that shit was trash, bro. Please pack it up. Go back to the drawing board, man. Work on the fundamentals. Maybe go back to the basics of twerking 101 and understand the physics of the vibrations of each cheek when you're trying to throw it back. I mean, this is just atrocious.
What's wrong with a little twerk before work? But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her. What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Social media policy. I wonder what that social media policy actually said. Oh, and by the way, apparently she
Girl, go to hell. Nobody's donating to this. Well, apparently she got $100. Their policy probably says don't get online acting an ass while you are representing our goddamn company. You got on our uniform. You are on our airplane. You put your crusty feet on our economy seats. And then you got the nerve to post this online. You're making us look bad. Now it's like, oh, Alaska Airlines, they employees do this. I ain't riding with them. You know, it just looks bad. 2 + 2 is 4. How is this difficult for people to understand? Like, that's so dumb. And now you want to cry on camera on the news. Girl, bye. Get another job.
They GoFundMe now, bro. She went from having a nearly, I don't know how much flight attendants get paid. What is it? According to Google, the average annual salary for a flight attendant is $69,000 or $35 per hour, which is really good. To now being up here on GoFundMe, trying to raise $12,000 in donations and only having 182 so far. That's one hell of a downfall. But here I am on the, I believe, Alaskan Airlines Code of Conducts and Ethics, and here you can see social media they have. So I'm gonna click on that, and on social media.
They served us some cookies too. They were delicious. I wanted to ask for more, but I didn't want to be greedy. I'm just like, I'm gonna leave it alone, but I should have. Those cookies were fire.
They say, almost everyone uses social media in one way or another, and we respect your right to maintain an online presence on social media.
On your own time, in your own house, in your own clothes. Not on our plane, in our clothes, on our time. I'm sure you had already clocked in, bitch. You're fired.
You should make it clear, though, that your online profiles are personal and that you do not represent our companies in social media.
Hello.
And even when using your personal profiles, you should not use social media to harass or bully coworkers, guests, or anyone else related to our companies. So just right there off of that simple social media policy, clearly they had a problem with her representing their company in a bad way. You know, like, I completely understand that you do not want your flight attendants, especially if you're supposed to be some type of prestigious airline for the middle class to hire middle class people. You don't want your brand associated with, you know.
See, I didn't know that until I got on that plane. And I was like, oh, okay. I like this. Because, yeah, I was just never flown with them before. But, yeah, apparently he's saying that they middle to upper class, period.
Stereotypical low-class debauchers.
Well, I can't always trust him. I don't know. Y'all let me know if it's a more respected airline, if you will.
You know, I'm a man. I don't care if a girl wants to throw it back, but I'm just saying, like, in certain areas, there's a time and place for everything. And twerking is known to be, let's just say, on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to types of behaviors in professional settings. Anyway, though.
I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months.
Only on the job for 6 months and you already got fired over some dumb shit. Crazy.
She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period.
Well, now she'll be twerking to celebrate the end of her career. And she was on
Twerking
probation
unemployment
too. Like, what? Imagine getting on probation for drinking and driving. You're on probation for sick.
No, you ain't gotta get in line no more. But that used to be a thing. That's why they're the same. And like the older black people would always say that, like, oh, you're gonna be doing this in the unemployment line, because back in the day you had to stand in line to get unemployment benefits. Ain't that crazy? That's wild. When I got unemployment, this is when I was in college, I finessed the system. That's a whole nother story. Maybe I'll talk about it another day. I made sure I was real set up for college anyway. But yeah, I just did it online. Like, everything was online. So it's crazy that some people have to stand in line.
6 months. You get off probation.
And that's also embarrassing because you see other people, like, and it's like, oh, you here too? Oh, you broke too? You just lost your job too? You about to be struggling too? That's crazy. Now we both in line, you know? It's just kind of.
You go back to doing another DUI type activity. What?
Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
Girl, shut up.
Again, let's go back to the social media
You know
policy. What do they
twerking
say
is
here?
not
Social media.
acceptable.
You should make it clear that your online profiles are personal and that you do not represent our companies in social media. Bruh, you were in their plane, legs cocked up on one of the chairs, throwing it back, or at least trying to, smiling, looking all giddy and shit, twerking in their plane, in their uniform, right next to the cockpit. It looks like you're representing their company in a way that they don't want to be represented. I'm just saying, I'm playing like devil's advocate here. Maybe she didn't see the part where it said no twerking because it doesn't say no twerking in the social media policy. Maybe she needed that specifically announced to her so that it would be clear, no shaking ass while on company hours.
She did more.
I don't know if that needs to be stated in like professional corporate policies from now on,
Just a little quick twerk.
this is awkward.
So how did you feel in that meeting when they told you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane. And for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
They just didn't want to deal with the bullshit. Like, this is probably the first time she was doing something like this. You know what? Actually, let me be smarter than that. This is probably not the first time. So based on what I'm seeing, I just went to her TikTok. She is private though, but based on what I'm seeing in her profile picture, she's already looking kind of like, no, actually very risque. I mean, good God. She definitely looks like the type to do some bullshit like this and then get fired and then, cry about it, acting like she didn't foresee this coming. Like, I just really don't understand how, I don't know how much time it takes to become a flight attendant too, but imagine putting your over $60,000 paying job on risk because you wanted to twerk on the plane for clout on TikTok. Like, looking back at it now, I'm pretty sure she's saying to herself that it was not worth the risk.
A representative from Alaska Airlines tells us they don't comment on personnel matters.
It seems to me that common sense isn't as common anymore. Here's the top comment on this video. Carly said, her not understanding what she did was wrong is what is wrong with our society. Jose said, why do people still think it's okay to record themselves while at work in a company uniform? This is so wild to me. Listen quietly said, it's even more embarrassing that she went on TV to say she didn't even know what she did was wrong. Child of the King said, saying it's quote unquote unfair shows her immaturity.
All right, I don't need to see what they're saying. I mean, it's clear as day that she's wrong. And she's slow. She's slow because even after the fact, I was just trying to get myself worked up for work. And, I was just trying to do this. And I dedicated so much to the company. I just was dancing a little. I didn't think it was inappropriate. Girl, shut up. I don't think she's slow, though. I think that she's playing slow, to try to make herself seem innocent. Some people use that tactic. But I would argue that it actually still makes you look slow because you slow for thinking that we slow enough to believe your slow-ass lie. All right, you knew what the fuck you was doing, but you thought, I can get away with it. Not too many people will see this. You thought maybe only your little, I don't know how many followers she got, only her few followers would see it. She didn't think it would go viral. But it did. You got caught, so pay the consequences. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!